All right, good morning. The Pardon Board is reconvening. We're now at Raymond LaBorde Correctional Center. It is Tuesday, October 2025. I'd like for the warden and staff, Raymond LaBorde, please introduce yourself for the record.
I'm Assistant Warden Benjamin Madden.
Raven Heath classification.
Melissa Joshua Records.
All right, thank you. We have before us Mr. Anderson.
Yes, ma'am.
To introduce yourself, tell us your name and DOC number.
Richard Anderson, DOC number 708981.
All right, thank you, sir. Mr. Anderson, let me acknowledge, so you know, we have some folks here with us in Baton Rouge. Well, on Zoom in support, we have your Aunt Judy Green and Janet White, another aunt, and they will be speaking on your behalf. We do have representing the victim here in Baton Rouge with us. We have Ms. Phyllis Howard, Kenneth Howard, Kathy Howard, and Glenn Howard. And for those who have indicated they want to speak, we'll be calling on them at the appropriate time. First, I'm going to read some identifying information into the record, and I ask you to confirm if that it's true or not. And then I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Freeman, seated to my far right. Your case has been assigned to him. You ready?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So, Mr. Anderson, you are classified as a first felony offender. You were sentenced in July of 2016 in the 19th Judicial District, that's East Baton Rouge Parish, for a manslaughter conviction. You received an 18-year sentence. You also had a simple robbery. You received a 7-year sentence. So your parole eligibility date is March 12th, 2029, but you do have a mandatory release date, good time date, which precedes that. It's March 17, 2028. Is that information correct?
Yes, ma'am. It is.
Thank you. Mr. Freeman.
Okay, Mr. Anderson, first and foremost, so what are you seeking today? You want us to cut the 18-year sentence?
Yes, sir. I would like the overall, I'm asking for the overall date to be reduced and the time to spend on probation and parole to be affected.
Okay, before I ask you what you've done to get yourself in there, why do you think you deserve for us to cut this time?
The change in my life, the things that have happened, basically, excuse me. The mannerisms in my life, I grew up in a lifestyle that responsibility and things of that nature. I grew up with witnessing how drugs affected a family and things. And I was involved in transport narcotics and things of that nature. And when it came down to taking care of the family, you did what was necessary and looked the other way. Kurt was my family. He was my brother. And the things that took place that day would never have taken place if it was not for my responsibility and the things that took place. I'm grateful for the board to even consider my opinion of why I should be released, because the opinion of the family weighs heavily upon me on why I should be released, because it is my family as well. The actions that took place that day didn't only affect a random victim, but they affected my family, my entire family. And they see it as a lot of people have raised the concept that it was my stepbrother, but he was my brother in relation, not just by genealogy. He was my family. I put myself in position here, and I work with others with coming into the facility. I work in the law library. I came to jail as a early adult, 27 years old, illiterate. I graduated high school, but I was also in special needs because I was a dyslexic. I learned how to read in solitary confinement when I was in Elms, going through the medical facility from the car accident that I had, and I suffered brain trauma. As I learned how to read while I was sitting in there, I learned to take the importance of words and responsibilities. I've now put myself in position, and this facility has allowed me to. I study law, not only by God's law, but man's law as well. And I take that time to, one, teach a Bible study from the biblical literature that has taught me how to take responsibility and ownership for my actions, but also to how to be a leader and help others that are less fortunate than yourself. I take my free time on the weekends and during the week as an offender counsel to help others that do not understand the law, just like I did when I came in, of being ignorant to it. Ignorance is a choice. I chose to be ignorant of a lot of things in my life. No longer do I choose to remain that way. Stupidity cannot be helped. It is a mental condition. I don't suffer from that mental condition of stupidity. I chose to be ignorant of a lot of things in my life, which I no longer do. I take my time now and I help new offenders coming into the facility.
Okay.
Raymond, they come.
Okay, they've got that. Tell me what you did to get yourself put in there. We've heard a lot of good things of why you should be out. But what did you do to get yourself put in?
What I did not protect my brother like I should have. Over the lifestyle in which I grew up, my brother was shot. I was not in the room when he got shot, but I immediately conducted myself in to cover up what had taken place that day. I did remove the surveillance system, and I did dispose of the weapon that was used to kill my brother. The individuals that would have taken place that day, they would, my wife at the time, Vincy and Ben, would never have been at that house. Growing up, I'm sorry. I brought them to that house to discuss things that had taken place earlier that day with my brother. And when they came there, yes, money and drugs were supposed to take place in the near future. And I believe what happened with my brother, because there wasn't any drugs or money to take advantage of or to rob or take, that's why I believe that is why my brother was killed. I do not know the exact reason of what took place because I wasn't in the room when it happened. But I know the lifestyle with that I was living, that those types of individuals gravitate towards that. And I am responsible for bringing those individuals to my brother's house.
Okay. And how long have you been in jail?
I've been in jail 13 years.
10 years. Okay. Warden, what do you have to say about Mr. Anderson?
Well, I'll say that throughout Mr. Anderson's incarceration, he has had a great disciplinary record. We have no disciplinary record on him at all. 0 disciplinary reports. He's achieved minimum custody. He's a trustee. He is a legal counsel substitute. He's completed Bible study college, completed legal aid training. He's been a participant in AANA, finished anger management, living in balance, various faith-based programs. He's pretty much done everything we could ask of him in prison. He's behaved as a model inmate, taking advantage of pretty much every kind of program we offered. So he's made the best of his time here.
Thank you, Warden. Appreciate that. Okay, now we're gonna get to the people that are here to speak on his behalf. Miss Judy Green, his aunt.
You're good. I'm sorry. Good morning. Thank you so much for giving us this opportunity to speak on behalf of our nephew. I'm not here to excuse what happened years ago. Richard would never ask us to excuse it. I'm here because I've seen the man he has become and the deep remorse he carries every single day for the choices that led him here. He made a decision early on in prison that his time would not be wasted. He pledged to God and himself that he would be a better person when he came out. He, like y'all said, he's reading the Bible, helping others. He works in the law library, is assisting other inmates in understanding their rights and legal options. He teaches classes based on the chosen. He has earned the highest level. Some of this is, I'm repeating, he has earned the highest level of trustee possible. He has told me, Aunt Judy, I cannot undo the pain I caused, but I could honor the life that was lost by living right, helping others, and being accountable. And that's what he's done. I mean, Richard is no longer the broken man he was when he made those choices. He is a mature, thoughtful, deeply spiritual man who knows what grace and responsibility mean. We believe Richard will continue to be a force of good, not inside prison walls, but out in the community. He has plans to continue monitoring others, working in faith-based programs, and using his knowledge to guide those who felt lost like he was. I believe in redemption. I've seen it in Richard, and I asked you today to see it also, to see that his time has not been wasted, that he truly has been rehabilitated, and that mercy in his case would not be misplaced. Thank you so much for listening. And I know this is difficult work for y'all. I know that granting clemency isn't something that y'all take lightly, but I believe with all my heart that Richard has earned a second chance. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for speaking to us today. Okay, next we have Miss Janet White, also his aunt. I saw that she doesn't wish
She
to
can't
speak.
talk. She's not
Okay.
going to talk.
Just say you're the spokesperson.
I'm the
Okay.
spokesperson for these people.
Okay, well, thank y'all. Okay, now we're gonna get to the opposition. We have here in opposition Phyllis Howard, victim's mother, Kenneth Howard, victim's father, Kathy Howard, victim's aunt, and here and not speaking will be Glenn Howard, victim's brother. So y'all decide who wants to go first, and let's see what y'all got to say.
I'm Kenny's brother. Is that what you said?
Sir?
I'm Kenny Howard's brother.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you said the victim's brother. I didn't
Oh,
know.
I did say the victim brother, but they had written down. Okay, Kenny's brother. Sorry about that.
That's all right. Thank you.
Good morning. Thank you for listening to me this morning. I listened to what Richard had to say, and I'll give my own writing about it, the way I think. I'm very nervous this morning. I've been living with this for 15 years. Richard has a long record of having a manipulative personality. He's got a clever and skilled way that is deceptive and sneaky to achieve his goal. He has not changed. I spoke with him once when he called his mother. He doesn't understand the horrible situation of finding my child with a gunshot to the head. The fact that he planned the murder, he omitted that when he was speaking a while ago. He planned the murder of his stepbrother. All I heard coming out of his mouth when I spoke to him that day was him being the victim. He has played the victim card from day one. I know he and his mom were very close, but he commented several times about Kurt and his love for me. He has always been jealous of Kurt and oftentimes proclaimed it out loud. He doesn't like me because he knows I see through him and you can't manipulate me. I have been very vocal this whole time about this. I know he'll try to harm me in some way or another. That's why I think that he should serve his full term. 12 years for killing someone, and he thinks that he should get a free ride for the hell that he's put me through. I don't think so. The suffering that I've gone through is I'm still reliving it because I found Kurt with a gunshot to his head. And I'm on medications to try to sleep at night. My fear of safety, he will probably come after me. The lack of remorse, he has none, regardless of what he says. His unchanged nature, he will never be, well, he will always be a narcissist. That's the way I think that that I see him. And I'm sorry, this sounds mean, but that's what's in my heart right now. And I miss my son very much. Thank you for listening to me.
Thank you for coming. Okay, Mr. Kenneth Howard? Would you like to go next? You want to go next? Go ahead.
Yes.
Thank you for listening to me today. My name is Kathy Howard. I'm the aunt of the victim, Kurt Joseph Howard. I'm here today to tell you about a man who was a son, a grandson, a nephew, a cousin, and a friend. Kurt Joseph Howard was born on November the 19th, 1977, and his life was cut short on June the 4th, 2010 by Richard. Kurt was 32 years old. We all still are in mourning for his death. We miss his love, his presence, his voice. I miss his laugh. I miss hearing his voice when he would come through the door. He'd always say, "Hey, Kathy," and give me the biggest hug. You see, we lived on the same street as Kurt. And my son and Kurt grew up together. So did my daughter, but she was a little bit younger. They had more than a bond of cousins, but of best friends. This relationship carried over into adulthood, and as they remained close friends, it was the same with me. I see what Kurt's death has done to my children. I see what it's done to all of us. I see my brother rising every morning with the knowledge of his son is no longer here. I hear it in his mother's voice when we talk on the phone. I saw it in my departed mother's eyes as she would remember Kurt. Kurt was has missed out on experiencing those wonderful adult milestones in life. To watch him marry, to watch him have children and grandchildren, to add to the lineage of the family. That's not going to happen. Kurt was a generous soul, even beyond death, as he was an organ donor. He changed people's lives. Kurt was funny, loyal, giving in every way. He was a wonderful nephew and he was a good guy. All of this was taken away by the actions of Richard Anderson for reasons I can only speculate. Jealousy, vindictiveness, but it was ultimate betrayal. This was premeditated. Not only did Richard hire a hitman, but he brought the guy to Kurt's house. He made sure he got in the door. This is truly the ultimate betrayal. Once Kurt was inside, he was made to kneel on the floor. The shooter put the gun to the back of Kurt's head and he pulled the trigger. As Kurt lay dying on the living room floor of my mother's house, Richard went into the bedroom closet where the security recording equipment was, and he stole it to make sure that no one would see his actions. And in an instant, our lives were changed forever. Richard even went a step further by stripping Kurt's jewelry off of his dying body. Yeah, he took that Rolex to the pawn shop. We never found his ring or his necklace. Richard does not deserve clemency. He doesn't deserve a pardon or nor parole. He should serve every day that the law will allow. I ask that the board deny Richard Anderson's request. In closing, all the family has suffered, all of the friends. Fear of safety? I don't know. Lack of remorse? I hear what he says. Only time would tell, but that's time needs to be spent in prison. And his nature is unchanged. He's always been a manipulator. Sometimes the spots just don't change. I appreciate you. I thank you for hearing me.
Thank you. Okay, now we'll have, Mr. Kenneth.
Thank y'all. Kurt was my only son. He was my only child. Ever since that day, I just, sometimes I can't function. I'm a strong, big man, but I love Kurt so much. He would call me on the phone. He would say, "Hey, Daddy." I'll never get a chance to hear that again. I took him on all my jobs, self-employed. I'm gonna take him all the time, be spent with me. And what you've heard from Richard, he didn't tell you that he's the one that gave the gun to Ben Morgan. He didn't tell you that his wife paid Ben Morgan $1,000. He won't tell you all that. I think he's doing real good right now. I really do. And I think he ought to stay right where he is and keep doing it. Because he's made life miserable for me, for his mom, my brother and sisters, nieces and nephews. I take precious medicine. I have to take medicine to sleep at night. I'm just missing so much. And then somebody tell you, it'll get better, or I hope nobody ever has to lose a child. That's the worst thing in the world, having to bury a child. And I wouldn't wish that on nobody. So thank y'all for listening to me.
Appreciate you coming very much. Okay, I was giving you case, Mr. Anderson, so I'm gonna lead with the question and I'm gonna say something that I heard from two of the victims. You were the mastermind. So how can you sit there and tell us that you was in the back room, you didn't know they were gonna kill him, when you were the mastermind of the whole plot?
Sir, every one of you have a right to your opinion. I did not mastermind the hurt or death of my brother. My brother deserves to be honored along with his father, Mr. Kenny. That man has shown great mercy upon my whole family.
Okay,
I'm
that's okay. I've read the case, I've been over, you've served 12 years, 13 years of 18-year sentence. And you have a good time date. I have no further questions, Mr. Knox.
All right, thank you. Any
I
other
have no
questions? Any questions? All right, Mr. Anderson, I don't see any other questions. I do believe we're prepared to vote, and I'll ask Mr. Freeman.
Yeah, Mr. Anderson, I don't know why you were given an 18-year sentence, but that is a mighty light sentence for what has happened here. You served 13 of 18 years. You have strong law enforcement opposition, strong victim opposition. My vote is to deny.
Mr. Tillis.
I concur with Mr. Freeman.
Stapleton.
I concur with Mr. Freeman, and I'd like to mention to the family, I don't know if you may have been told already about Parents of Murdered Children, an national organization in America. But if you haven't, it's a good organization you can call, and it's Parents of Murdered Children. And it's a very good support system. And when you pick up that phone, they are just like you, and that's very hard to find. And I've been with parents when they murdered child donated their organs, and it is the saddest moment. So I'm very sorry for everything you've gone through, and my vote today is to deny.
Mr. Craig.
I concur with Mr. Freeman.
All right, Mr. Anderson, my vote also is to deny based on the proximity of your good time release date. So today, your application for commutation of your sentence has been denied, sir.
Thank y'all.
Gordon, I think that concludes our business at your facility. We're going to sign off at 11:55. Thank you, sir.